Nibilang mo ba yung calories mo after workout? Na how many calories I burnt? Aabot ba ako ng caloric deficit? And a few other metrics like that. Kasi gusto mong pumayat. Well, FYI guys, kulang po yan if you're just looking at the calories that you eat and then the calories that you burn through exercise. And this is the topic that we're going to talk about today in this video. Hi everyone, my name is Jose Villablanca. I'm the founder and CEO of HoliFit, which is there it is, an employee engagement company. I started as a personal trainer in 2007 in Canada, and then I moved back to the Philippines in 2017. Did personal training here as well, and then we slowly evolved into B2B or business to business. Kasi I was starting to train mga C-suites or mga business owners, and sabi nila, oh, I feel so good. We should do this for our employees so that they're more productive and less stressed in the workplace. So that's why we evolved, not just from fitness, because yung tagline namin used to be, we bring the workouts to the workplace, but now it has evolved to employee engagement. So we also do things like sports fest and team building. So yeah, almost 2 decades in the fitness industry, and I'll share my tips with you on why counting your calories is not enough. FYI, I'm also an author, so I published this, printed this out during the pandemic. So this was before AI, by the way. Because things were really slow and it was all only essential work, online work. So this was the time that I finally could write my book because I noticed, yun nga, paulit-ulit yung mga sinasabi ko sa clients ko, which is one of the topics we're going to talk about today. So, I don't know if you can see this clearly, this formula, but let me just, I know there's some glare there. So there we have it. TDEE equals BMR plus NEAT plus TEF plus EAT. Okay, let's go through that. What is TDEE? That is total daily energy expenditure. And if that will ever focus, but it's kind of dark, there you have it. And this is actually my own TDEE. Say that 10 times. And that's 3,077 kilocalories that I need to consume in a day to achieve my fitness goals, which is right now I'm 41 years old. I think I'm about 15% body fat with the BIA I'm using right now. So yeah, and I said I wanted to burn excess fat and gain a few more muscles, lean muscles. So that's where I calculated that. Now, I couldn't get that without the BMR. What is BMR? So that is the basal metabolic rate. Will it focus? There you have it. Basal metabolic rate. So what is BMR? This is where you need the calories burned at rest, energy na kailangan mo just to keep your organs functioning. So, kunwari, nakahiga ka lang all day. This is how much you need, basal metabolic rate. This is how many calories you need in a day. For me personally, that is about 1,985 kilocalories. Or in other words, that is, oh, it's focusing on my face, my beautiful face. In other words, that's 60 to 70% of my TDEE. Let me write that down for the visual people out there. There you have it, 60 to 70% of my calories that I need. The glare. Anyway, I'll bring it in closer. Next we add it with NEAT. So what is NEAT? That is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Oh, that's a mouthful. So that is essentially occupational movement like tapping your phone, standing on my standing desk, which I have with me right now, as you can see. Sometimes I do some hops, getting on the phone, maybe walking while you're working, pacing while on the phone call. That's what I already said. Having a standing desk, which is about 10 to 15%, by the way, more, I think it went up, than sitting, just by having a standing desk. Your daily commute, your leisurely or household chores. So that is non-essential activity thermogenesis. Okay. And then next is, what we have here is TEF, T-E-F. Okay. And that is, even chewing, if you're chewing your gum while you're working. So exercise, essentially. Just think of it, non-exercise. Next is TF, thermic effects of food. Thermic effects of food. So this is the energy to digest your daily meals. And that is about 10% that we need. Neat is essentially anything else. So that should have been at the last part there. But I don't know, I think I was looking at multiple references. Oh yeah, fidgeting, I also forgot to mention that. And that is about, so the percentage here can vary, but I think it's about 5 to 10%. And my calculation is about 470 calories. Okay, here is 1,985. And here we have 3,077. Okay, and if you could read that, 3,077 calories equals 1,985 calories for my BMR. And I got my BMR through my Tanita scale. So you can use different brands out there. But like I mentioned, I use Tanita. But there are other brands, Omron, InBody, Techno Gym has one now too, which I recommend. It's really cool. You can do a fat caliper. Let me see if I have that here. Oh, no, sorry. So the Tanita, sorry, that's a different story. Let's think about body fat percentage. The Tanita is good to get your BMR. So this is how I got my calories that I need to take in order to reach a caloric deficit, because I'm this age, and I'm 41 years old, 6 feet tall, moderate exercise, my BMR from the BIA, so my basal metabolic rate, calculated from my bioelectrical impedance analysis from the Tanita, which is the brand, is this and this. Please calculate how many calories you need to take. Boom, got the calculation. All right, so back to this, the TF, thermic effects of food. So we have energy to digest your daily meals, and I put down 308 calories, or in other words, 10%. All right, so just to give you an idea, protein would take about 20 to 30%, because protein is complex and the body works hard to break down amino acids. Now, for carbs, you use about 5 to 10% thermic effect of food. So thermic effect of carbs is about 5 to 10%. Excusez-moi. And it is because it's easier to process, especially simple sugars. And lastly, fats. All right, those are the 3 macronutrients. 0 to 3%. Because it's very easy for the body to process and store as energy. So there you have it. Thermic effects of food. And lastly, this is where I was saying at the start of this video, where people focus on their their exercise, activity, thermogenesis. Okay, so that's basically the type and duration and intensity of your exercise. So for me, that's about, these are just estimates, by the way, 314, or in other words, it's about 5 to 10%. There you have it. So neat would be everything else. So 60 to 70%, 10%, 5 to 10, and neat would basically do the rest. So there you have it. This is why you shouldn't focus on eat itself, because it's only 5 to 10% of the calories that you burn. So most of it would be actually coming from your basal metabolic rate, your organs that need to function. And I'll give you an example in a bit, a more visual cue, which I'll get to that in a bit. So having more muscle will actually need more calories just to maintain it. And this is why, if you want to lose weight, don't just think of burning fat. You want to think of having more muscle, right? So it's just like, I don't know, having a more horsepower in your body. And more horsepower means you need more fuel, all right? So don't think of muscles as a bad thing. Think of it as a good thing, especially for weight loss. So this is why you shouldn't focus on eat or exercise, activity, thermogenesis from your workout, because that's only 5 to 10%. Let's look at BMR. How can you increase your BMR? Gaining muscle mass. Let's look at NEAT, which is about everything else, or thermic effects of food, right? Protein, eat more protein, because that's about 10%. So let's just say this is 60, this is 70, 10, 10, 10. All right? That's only 10% if you're focusing on how many calories you burn throughout the day. 10%. You're spending so much energy and time looking at that 10% when you can also do the rest. So let me show you an example. All right, so now we have this visual cue right here. Let's say red would be the basal metabolic rate, because we have 6 blocks here, so that's 60 to 70%. And then we have the brown blocks would be the NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that's like tapping, walking, fiddling, chewing, I don't know, standing desk, chores, right? Things that you do in the day that's not exercise. And then the yellow would signify TEF, so thermic effects of food. So hopefully a lot of protein there. And lastly is the EAT, EAT, exercise, activity, thermogenesis. So imagine if you're always focused on this 10%, even if you give it 100%, you're missing out. Ang dami niyan, 90%, okay? So the point here, guys, is increase your BMR through gaining more muscle, more strength training, not just to count the EAT again, so that's the exercise, activity, thermogenesis, but to gain more muscle. When you have more muscle, you have less aches and pains. Your metabolism goes up. So super dami mangyayari dyan. Okay, and then obviously try to improve your NEAT as well. So standing desk, walking while taking calls, doing more chores at home like mopping, taking walking breaks, walking during meetings, whatever you can do where it's not really hard, but it's easy to move actually and burn extra calories. And lastly, eat more protein if possible, as long as it's within your macros, because of the thermic effects of food. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about what we do, kung gusto mo ng free consult, guys, and tanin mo kami about our money back guarantee, contact us today. Comment down below if you want to hear more topics about these things. If you need more inspiration, let us know what topic you'd like us to cover next. Share this video, like it please, kasi malaking tulong talaga yan, lalo na malit tayo na channel right now. So yun, talking about the money back guarantee, promise you guys you will see results or you get your money back. So I am taking away one less risk for you guys. Fitness is science-based, madali lang yan. Well, it can be complex, pero it's simple, but simple doesn't mean easy, okay? Again, thanks for watching, guys. See you at the next video. Bye for now.